Hello, I am Erin Bing, and this is my presentation on my internship experience at Dairy.com. A little overview. In this presentation, I will discuss how I got the internship. I'll tell you a little bit about Dairy.com. I will explain the software that I use in my internship. And I will go over 2 work samples, which include an in-house style guide for technical writers and a set of release notes. I will also share what I have learned. I will explain how well UNT courses have prepared me for this work. I will discuss some of the biggest challenges I have faced. And finally, I will share what I would change. How I got the internship. On January 22nd, 2022, Dr. Freeze posted in Microsoft Teams about a remote internship opportunity for Dairy.com, and I applied that same day. On January 25th, Dairy.com's Human Resources Department reached out to me requesting my resume, and on February 1st, I had my first interview with a senior technical writer. February 4th, I had my second interview with another senior technical writer, and on February 9th, I had my third interview with the head of the department. And soon after, I received a verbal offer of employment from Human Resources. These interviews were to gauge my understanding of the company, my experience with technical communication, and my personality. A little bit about Dairy.com. Dairy.com is a service-as-a-software company that provides technology, services, and intelligence platforms to companies in the dairy industry. Their software is designed to connect dairy producers, manufacturers, and distributors through the supply chain process. Dairy.com is headquartered in Frisco, Texas. Some of my job duties include creating explanations for JIRA tickets, testing new features in Dairy.com's app Mobile Manifest, editing single-source documents in Confluence, writing detailed and user-friendly procedures in Microsoft Word, reviewing outdated documents for relevant information, and creating descriptions of upcoming products and features with information from subject matter experts. Some of the software that I work with include Confluence, a content management software that I use to organize explanations for JIRA tickets, Jira, a project tracking software that is used to track tasks as they are worked on, Mobile Manifest, Dairy.com's app for processing and tracking dairy orders, Slack for communicating with my coworkers through instant messages, Microsoft Word to add templates to release notes, Microsoft Outlook as a main form of communication by emailing coworkers, Adobe to create PDF files of release notes, and Snagit to modify screenshots for release notes. I will now begin explaining my 2 work samples. The first sample is an in-house style guide for technical writers, and the second sample is a copy of release notes. The style guide establishes the format for all release notes. It gives technical writers guidelines on formatting titles, tables of content, headings, paragraphs, and pictures. To create this style guide, I reviewed past release notes and studied the format of their content. The style guide was created in Microsoft Word and distributed with Adobe. The second sample is a copy of release notes. These release notes go over changes made to the Mobile Manifest app and were published to the public on April 5th, 2022. I constructed these release notes using Confluence, Jira, Microsoft Word, and Adobe. I created explanations for the Jira tickets and organized them in a single source document through Confluence. The screenshots were modified to give relevant and concise information with Snagit. After my explanations were approved by subject matter experts, I exported the single source document into Microsoft Word, where I organized the explanations in a release notes template. Finally, The document was exported to Adobe to create a final draft in PDF form. What I've learned. During this internship, I have learned to apply for the internship you want but don't think you would be hired for. I was concerned that I would not get this opportunity because I did not have a lot of experience. But I realized that as an intern, I'm not supposed to know everything about the job before I get it. My job is mostly learning and practicing what I learn on active projects. This internship has taught me how to work in corporate America. I used to be nervous about how I would do in corporate America because of my lack of experience. Since joining Dairy.com, I have grown comfortable in a corporate environment. I learned that I had to ask questions to be better at my job. These questions help me understand how my tasks contribute to the overall project. I have learned that until publishing, single-source documents are living documents. Anything can change on almost a day-to-day basis. Keeping a flexible mindset when it comes to my writing encourages me to write for consistency and readability, no matter how the document changes. How well UNT courses prepared me for the work. I feel that all courses in the TECM program are vital to my technical writing career, but the ones that have specifically helped me at Dairy.com are content strategies, digital literacies, study of the teaching of technical communication, and professional writing. Content strategies prepared me for working with clients and subject matter experts and listening to feedback to improve a product. Digital literacies was my first time working with content management systems, project tracking software, and creating single-source documents. Study of the teaching of technical communication showed me tools in Microsoft Word that can make my documents look more uniform. And in professional writing, I learned how to write for an audience and how to use plain language to improve the readability of my writing. Some of my biggest challenges include working from home, learning different software and technology, and being overwhelmed by creating published works. Working from home is a challenge because the space that I am in is exclusively used for rest. To get work done, I have to create a different space so that I do not confuse myself on when to rest and when to work. Learning different software and technology is a challenge because I have to do it on my own. My coworkers are great at explaining to me how different softwares work, but it still takes me multiple tries to figure out how everything works on my own. At first, publishing works overwhelmed me because I was so used to writing for professors about things that they already knew. In this job, I'm writing for a larger audience with varying educational backgrounds, so I have to edit my writing for readability and conciseness. If I could change anything, I would like to be exposed to different interfaces of content management systems beforehand. I have had some experience before with Madcap Flare, but that interface differs greatly from Confluence. Comparing multiple interfaces would help me realize their similarities better. Well, this concludes my presentation. I've told you about how I got the internship. I've told you a little bit about Dairy.com. I've explained some of my job duties. I've gone over some of the software that I use. I even went over 2 work samples, an in-house style guide for technical writers and release notes. I've also shared what I have learned in this experience, how well UNT courses have prepared me for the work. I've shared some of my biggest challenges and what I would change. Thank you for watching.